one, a tricky one for me. The sixth key is to eat food that is good for your body. This one is a tricky one for me because I love sweets. Love them, love them, love them. I love eating sweets before I eat regular food. I mean, you know, that's one of my things. Food. Now, I believe, you remember when we were growing up, your mama used to make eggs and bacon and biscuits and be making everything from scratch. My mama used to get a chicken, you know, a whole chicken, one of those cut up chickens that you got now. Whole chicken, and she cut it up in 110 pieces, because there was 10 of us. She cut up that chicken, everybody rushing trying to get the breast. Everybody trying to get the big piece of meat. Nobody wanted the drumsticks or the wings those days. These kids these days, they want the wings. Ain't no meat on the wings. So, but in those days, we wanted the chicken breast. So mama would cut it up and everything, and then she would make cornbread, and she would make greens and cabbage and stuff like that. And everything was from scratch. Everything was from scratch. All whole food. Now, if you want a chicken, it's nicely cut up already for you. Already got the batter on it, already in the bag. All you gotta do is put it out and put it in the skillet or the oven. We eat a lot of processed food now. Everything's in a can, a box, or something like that. I think the key is to try to eat whole foods. Foods that are just straight from nature. Now, I'm not telling everybody to be a vegetarian. I'm just telling everybody that if you eat food that is straight from nature, that is food in its original state, and it's going to be the healthiest food for you. I started out as a vegetarian, probably about 30 years ago. We were eating vegetarian. I stopped doing vegetarianism, probably about 10, 15 years ago, and added fish and chicken into my life. And I've also been a fruitarian, where I only ate fruit. I did that for a while. But what I do now is I eat what I know my body can function on a high level with. And I let my body tell me that. So if I eat something, you can get to the point where where you're real sensitive to what you're eating. I eat something, and if I start to feel bad, then common sense tells me what? Don't eat that again. Of course, sometimes you don't want to mind your common sense, do you? Sometimes you ignore common sense. Sometimes common sense won't let you have cake. I ignore common sense when it doesn't let me have cake. So, because I love sweets. Now, I will, most of the time, I will eat things that I know feel good to my body. But there are times when I feel like I just want to have what I want to have. And I do that. I have what I want to have at that time. But I may pay for it a day later. So I think the key is to listen to what your body tells you to eat, tells you that it enjoys eating and that it doesn't get sick off of. Every once in a while, you can stray from it, but on your 80% of the time, try to eat foods that are good for your body. And then 20% of the time, treat yourself. If you do that, I think it'll make you a healthier person. And in the back of the book, there's a workbook where it will guide you on what to eat, on how to eat, that is, and you will write down what you're eating every day and how it makes you feel. So that's a 21-day practice, because it takes about 21 days to form a habit. So for 21 days, in the book, you will, do the work of trying to eat healthier food. And as I said, I believe in having 80% of my food healthy, and then 20% letting myself just do what I want to do. Because you gotta live, you gotta enjoy life at the same time. You can't be walking around and just eating grass all the time and think you're gonna be happy. That's not gonna work. So eat food that is good for your body, most of the time. Okay, the seventh key is to be slow to anger and quick to forgive. This is another one that is inspired by my mama. Be slow to anger. Mama used to always tell us, be slow to anger, quick to forgive. Now this one is important, because we walk around and we get angry with people and we're waiting for like a big clap of thunder to tell us, you can stop being angry now. We want to be mad. We want this big thing to happen for us to decide that we're no longer angry. Well, nothing's going to happen. There's not going to be any clap of thunder that says, go ahead and calm down. Everything's all right. Go on and make up with that person. There's not going to be any big cues. Being quick to anger and slow to forgive is all about you. You can change your mind about things, about whether or not you're angry with somebody like that. And you say, really? You can. You can, because you decided to be angry with that person like that. There was something they said, something they did that you perceived as an affront to you. Now, how you react to someone else's action is whose problem? Yours. You can react to someone else's actions any way you decide. I'm not saying that there are not people that can trigger a response from you sometimes. Yes, there are people that can push those buttons. There are button pushers. You might be a button pusher, I don't know. You might be somebody that goes around and pushes the buttons of the person that you love. Because a lot of times the person you love knows how to push those buttons, don't they? And they say something, but a lot of times you're the button pusher. Or a lot of times you just like your buttons to be pushed. Sometimes people love to live in chaos. I know people that love chaos. Some people, they want to be mad. They want to have chaos in their life because chaos is exciting. Who wants to walk around being okay with everybody all the time? That's boring, isn't it? Like some people try to stir things up so they can have some excitement in their lives. So that might be you. You like to have excitement, so you stir things up so you can have some chaos because you love chaos. Or maybe you're the person maybe you don't like chaos, but you're with somebody that likes chaos. Now, if you're with somebody that likes chaos and you don't like chaos, then you must love chaos because you're with them. And you, oh no, I like peace. I'm a peaceful person. I don't like that kind of stuff. I don't even like being around that kind of stuff. But yet you've been with the person for 10 years and they just constantly causing problems. That's because you obviously like chaos. And you just don't realize you like chaos. Because if you didn't like it, who goes around eating dead bugs if they don't like them? I don't. If you like something, you keep it in your energy. You keep it around you. If you don't like it, well, either you're not using your common sense to get away from it, or you like it too. So what you need to decide is what you want in your energy, what you want around you. And when you have people around you, the people that you love, be slow to get angry. Don't be so quick to think that everything they're saying is something they mean to cause you pain with. Because a lot of times people are just speaking from what they're feeling at the time. And they may not mean it as an affront to you. Now, sometimes, yes, they do. But a lot of times they don't. They just say what they have to say, and you take it as, what? What do you mean? What are you saying? I don't agree with that at all. And then you walk around for a full week angry with them. You don't get that week back. That's 1 week gone that you didn't get to spend with the person that you care about because you decided you're going to be mad to them until they came back and said the right thing. It has to just be the right thing too. They got to come back and say the right thing, framed just right, so that you'll decide, okay, I'm not mad at you anymore. And you know you do that. You let them, they come there and they say, they may even come and say, okay, I'm sorry. But I'm sorry is not good enough for you. No, they haven't said I'm sorry in a better way. They need to bring flowers or chocolate, or they need to buy you a gift, or they need to just rub on your head and just sit there and act like a little lap dog until you decide that it's okay. And you do making them do all that because you got to punish them, Oh yeah, they got to be punished because they said something you didn't like. So, gotta punish them, gotta make them feel bad. Gotta do that, don't you? You don't. You don't have to do that. You could decide that 5 minutes later, after they said something you didn't like, you could decide 5 minutes later, I'm over it. I remember I was mad at Philip about something. And I was gonna stay mad with it. And then I said, wait a minute, I need to practice what I was going to stay mad at him because he annoyed me. He can be annoying sometimes. Y'all don't know that. So he had said something and it had gotten into my little feelings. And I was literally writing this chapter. And he had said something and I was like, what? But then as I'm writing the chapter, I'm saying, oh, okay. So, yeah, I should do this. So I went in there, I started making some food, because at first my intention was to make food, leave him out, make him nothing, let him suffer. But I went ahead and I made the food. I came in there and I brought him some food and we both sat down and we started eating. And it was over. It was just like that. There was no roll of thunder that says, Joanne, you can stop being angry now. Now is the time to stop being mad. No, none of that's going to happen. It was a change of mind. And that's how quickly you can stop chaos in your own environment, by changing your mind just that quickly. You don't have to stay in a place of anger. Do you want to stay in a place of anger? Because you stay in it when you want to stay in it. And I'm telling you, a lot of times you need to remember that sometimes you want to be angry just because you want to be angry. Just because you want that person to do something special, some special tricks, like they're a little puppy. You want them to do some special tricks to make you feel better. You can feel better when you decide that you want to feel better. So be slow to anger, quick to forgive. Now that one takes 14 days of practice, and they're in the workbook. You need to work with that for 14 days. And when you work with each one of the keys, I'm having you only work with just that key for that amount of time. Not working with them all the time because they need to be practiced one at a time. So the next key is the 8th key, and that is life is one choice after another. Now this one is another one that's very important. And this one, we need to remember that we are the deciders in our lives, and that we get many, many choices in life. And now, this is the way I look at it. There's 3 different types of people. And let's just say we got a buffet table, and it's sitting here, and it's got all kinds of delicious meat and cakes and cookies and pies. Anything you want to drink, it's all right there at the buffet table. One type of person would go over to that buffet, fill up their plates, boy, they're putting all this stuff in there. They want everything. They put it all in there. Everything you got, they're going to put it in there. They may not eat it all, but they want it because it's right there for them. And then you got another person. See, that person, they don't have any limitations. They just get what they get. The second person, they'll go to the buffet table and they just get what they want. You know, they don't want to get everything. They don't want to waste. They get a few things. I'm going to eat this and I'm going to eat this. I don't want to waste. They like moderation. They don't get too much. And then the third chooser, that person comes over to the table and they wonder, is this for me? Can I have some of this? I mean, maybe this is not for me. I don't think I'm supposed to get any of this. They wonder if they are included in the abundance of life. They feel like maybe they're not. Maybe they don't really deserve all this abundance. That's for somebody else. That's for those people over there. So it doesn't mean that any of those choosers are right or wrong. They're just choosers. So you probably know somebody in life that chooses to live life on the edge. Boy, they'll jump out of planes and they make big money and they just got all these choices that they make and they're not afraid of anything. They just go after. And then you may know another person, they like extra stuff too, but they're moderate about it. They're not going to jump out of any planes because they want to be safe. You're not jumping out of a plane. No, you go do that. And then the other person like, is that for me? I mean, can I do that? Do I get to choose to do that? No, I don't think so. I think that's just for those people over there. They don't feel like they're a part of the choices in life. Which one of those choosers are you? Because you get to be the one you want to be. You get to choose what you want in life. You see, well, a lot of times we don't want to face the fact that we are the choosers. You choose whatever you want in your life. And since you get to choose whatever you want in your life, that means if it's good, pat yourself on your back, because you did a good job. But it means that if it's bad, you didn't do so hot, and it's still your fault. It's your fault if it's good, it's your fault if it's not so good, because you get to choose. You get to choose the people that you want to have in your life. Maybe you're the kind of chooser that chooses a partner, same kind of partner every single time, different face, but same partner. You know, that partner that might be full of just a nightmare. They might be a nightmare. You choose them and you're like, oh boy, yeah, that's right. They're always doing bad things. I mean, maybe they hit me on the head with a broom, but okay. I mean, they didn't mean that. Or maybe they did take all of my money, but still a good person. I mean, maybe they did burn down my house, but they're great. I mean, they didn't mean to do that. So you choose this person, so then you finally decide, okay, all right, well, maybe they're not such a good person to have in my life. But then you go out there and you choose, let's say that person's name was Hattie or Jack. But then you go out there and you choose another person, doesn't look like Hattie, doesn't look like Jack, but it's still Hattie and Jack. Still the same person. They look differently, but you choose the same person. Not realizing what we have to remember is that when we make choices in life, you have to learn from the choices. You got to learn something from the things, the experience that you've had with that choice. So what I would love for you to do is to write down the things that you learned from the good experiences and the bad experiences. That way, when you get to choose again, you'll remember these are 5 things about that person that I don't want in the next person. Or you can say, these are 5 things that I really liked about that person. I want those 5 things, but there are 5 other things I want as well. You got to start learning from the choices that you make. Because I'm a big believer that nobody's to blame for your life but you. Nobody. Nobody's to blame for your life but you. I'm the decider. You're the decider. So if you're in my space, that means I want you there. Because I can easily leave if I don't want you there. And that's another thing you need to remember. It's just that simple. It's as simple as you being slow to anger and quick to forgive. You can make a decision to get out of a situation. Now, there are some people, yes, there are some people that are in situations that they may not be able to get out of as easily as you. But I'm assuming that since you came here today and you've decided to eat what you want to eat, and you've decided to drive here on your own accord, and that you've decided to sit here and be able to read and a book like this, I'm assuming that you have the capacity to make the decisions to choose. Now, you're not 5, you're not 6, so you get to choose. So if you choose something you don't like, you either like it or you're just a bad chooser. So start learning how to choose better. Choose better. Learn from what you choose. Learn to choose better. Now, the 9th key is to accept responsibility for your life. Now, that ties in with the choices. Accept responsibility. So, if you've made a bad choice, accept responsibility for that choice. I'll go back to the young lady who decided that once she was introduced to this young man, that she would go on a 5-year romance with him and then blame the other person for that one moment in time. You have to be responsible. You have to know that the choices that you've made have led you to the place where you are right now. And once you realize that those choices have led you to this place, then you realize that no one else is responsible. We can point our fingers at anything and anybody because we love to not be responsible. We love to blame someone else because it's easier to blame someone else than to look in the mirror and say, wow, so I'm responsible for all that chaos and all that craziness? That's hard to do. Look in the mirror and realize that you're in the spot you're in because you decided this, that, or the other. So you have to learn. This is a hard one because so many people love to blame others for what they've done wrong, for their relationships, for not having the right job, not having the right this, that, and the other. There's no one to blame but yourself for everything you do. And I mean everything. Everything that goes on in your life, you are responsible for it in some way. In some way. So accept responsibility for your life. Now, the 10th key. The 10th key is to be truly grateful every day. You have to live in a place of gratefulness. Gratefulness is, I believe, the second highest vibration of energy on this planet. The first being love. Gratefulness. I developed something called the gratefulness alphabet. And I'm going to do that with you right now. That gratefulness alphabet goes from the letter A to the letter Z. And I gave you some examples in the book of things to be grateful for with each alphabet. But I'm going to call out the alphabet, and I want you to call out something that you're grateful for with that alphabet. So the letter A. Okay? Letter B. What are you grateful for with B?
Breath.
Breath. C. Close, okay. Good ones, good ones. D. Devotion. I like that. E. Okay, that's a good one. F. Faith, okay, good one. G. God. Good one. Good one. Okay, with G. H. Health. Health is a great one. I. Ice cream is what I was thinking. Ice cream. I was definitely thinking ice cream. You know I love sweets. J. Joy. K. Kindness. L. M. Money. N.
Neighbor.
O. Opportunity. P. Peace. Q. Quiet is a good one. R. Rest. S.
Sleep.
What? That's what was said. Everybody likes that one. T. T. Truth. U. Understanding. V. Victory? Victory. That's a good one. Okay, Christ TV. W. W. Wisdom. Wealth. I like those. Okay, X. Xylophone. That's a good one. X factor. There's a word in Chinese means chi chi, and that is love. Y. And Z. Zest. Zeal for life. So that's good. So it doesn't take, in the book, I will have you to go through things that you're grateful for, and I give you the gratefulness alphabet. And each day, I want you to spend some time just being truly grateful. And what I mean by this, let's just say somebody makes breakfast for you. Spend some time being truly grateful that they took the time to think about you. And maybe let's say maybe they made your favorite. They made you pancakes. And they decided to give you some strawberry syrup on those pancakes. Made you these nice, delicious eggs. Gave you some bacon. You know, and they gave you a nice cup of coffee or tea. And they decided to go to the store the day before, and they bought all these things so they could make you breakfast. They thought about you. Spend time thinking about how those things make you truly grateful. Think about your breath. You know, there are various things that have to take place in order for us to take a breath. Each breath is a gift. Spend time being truly grateful. If you do this, if you spend the time being truly grateful, you'll find that blessings will just keep coming to you because you are truly grateful. I went to the casino. Well, I don't go to the casino a lot, but I went to the casino with my kids, and I decided I was going to spend $20. I was only going to spend $20. I know that's cheap going to the casino, but I was going to spend $20. So the machine, so I put the little $20 in there, and the little character, every time I pulled the thing, and when the character came, I was only winning like, 100, it said 100 characters, but that's only like $1. But I was like dancing every time I pulled that thing and it would ring and it would get $1. I ended up winning like $85. I was just happy for every single time the little character went by there dancing. Every time it went dance, I danced. I was just so happy about that. I won like $80. I was acting like people were coming over there looking like, oh, did you win? I was like, yeah, I won. I sure did. I just won $5. Yeah. I was excited about it. I was grateful for every single $1 or 2 cents that I got. And that's the kind of gratefulness I want you to feel every day. Just truly grateful for everything. Just dance about being the fact that you can dance. Be grateful, be truly grateful every single day. And I give you 14 days to practice that, to write down what you're grateful for that day and how it made you feel. And spend the time being grateful. So we're on our last slide now. I want you to, now if you do this right, in the book, the workbook in the back, if you do it right, you're actually going to spend 149 days of practice because every key is done separately. So I want you to do that, and if you do it, you're on your way to living your best life. And you'll be one of those best lifers like I am. So I would love it if you guys would right now, if you would share this on your Facebook page, Instagram, and all the other little social medias, if you could let folks know right now that that's where you are and that's what's going on, so that they too can start living their best life. Go to my webpage. The webpage is joannejoyner.com. You can purchase the book on Amazon, and I hope you are on your way to living your best life. And you'll be a best lifer like I am. Thank you so much for coming. And I'm going to sign a few autographs right here and get your books to you. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.